this video, I want to show you how you can create an information button in Power BI that you can use as a tooltip. So you can activate your tooltip and show a pop-up that shows the most important information that you want to share. And now you may wonder, isn't there an information button in Power BI? Yes or no? There is an information button in Power BI, and I will show you. We are going into Power BI. So if I'm in Power BI and I go to buttons, I actually can see an information button. Let's put it here so it's nicely visible. But this information button, if we go to the format pane, has several actions. Like I could go to another page, I could use it as a drill through, as a bookmark, these kind of things. But none of them is show me a tooltip. And if I say tooltip on, I can only put text in there. And that's not what I want. What I want is like this information button here at the top, where I hover over the button and I see, well, some information that I put on a tooltip page. So why is this possible and this isn't possible? Difficult question. I can't answer you why the information button can't be used to show information, but I can show you how you can create a button like this, which is not actually a button, that you can use for your tooltips. So let's remove this one. This button is actually a card visual. I can show you here. If I select it, you see it's the card visual. And the information icon that you can see in there is actually a DAX measure. I show you the DAX measure. I called it information button. And then I put this icon in there because in Power BI you can put all kinds of things like smileys in there, but also something like this information button. And I just put it in a search engine and asked, I need an information button that I can copy as text. You could also on your keyboard press Windows and dot. This will open your emoji and more overview. And if I would search for information, there's also some information button in there. You could also use that as long as you put it in between these things. So you create a DAX measure that creates that icon. And what you do then is you create a new card visual. Let's put it there. And the value is the information button. And now you have to do some formatting here. I go into the format pane, I turn off the title, I go to size and style, turn off the background, I go to cards, turn off border divider background, and I go to call out and I turn off label. There's so much enabled by default. And then I open value, so I'm in call out and then I go to value and I say I want the horizontal alignment to the middle. And then you can also choose a color. So you could choose pink in this case. And you can also increase the font size because it's an icon, it's treated as text. And now when you hover over this, nothing really happens. So how can we create this effect? It's when you click on it, so it's selected, and you go to properties, there you have tooltips. And tooltips you can activate, and there you can choose, do I want like default, or and you could put in some text, or do you want to show a report page? I want to show a report page. It's a tooltip page. That's very important. The page you're showing needs to be a tooltip page. I created that page. You can see it here. It's a tooltip page. I put some information in here. This information that I put in there doesn't make so much sense. I just put in countries and sales. You could put in here like when the data source was last refreshed or these kind of things. I just put it in there so you see. And then in the format pane of that page, I say it's a tooltip page. That's super important because otherwise you can't find it. So we have our tooltip page. I've had it hidden. I don't want people to see it all the time. And now I click again on my card visual with the information icon in it. And now I go to tooltips and I say report page. And there I choose the tooltip page. And now what happens is if someone hovers over it, the tooltip page opens. So this way you can create an information button that's not really a button, but that allows you to use the tooltip and makes it possible that someone hovers over it and gets the information they need. And if you wonder, how did you come up with this? I spent a lot of time searching for the solution because almost all my clients have a page where they have documentation and then they all guided the user to that documentation page. But what happens if someone is on a different page? They forget what they're looking for because that's how the human brain works. You go to a different page, everything's gone. A lot of information is gone. So I wanted to make it easier for people to actually find the supporting information while still seeing the information that's most crucial to. So like I said, this is a little bit of a workaround. It's not really an information button, it's the card visual, but because you can create a DAX measure, what we did, and because we can put in everything, all the icons that are text in a measure like that, we can actually use that card visual and use its tooltip function to actually show a tooltip. I'm very curious if you knew about this, and if you didn't knew about this, what your current approach is. Are there other approaches that I haven't found? Because I'm very curious about this. I finally found a solution for me and I thought, let's share this. Let me know what you think about this workaround, and also please share with me what your workarounds are, because I think it's important that we learn from each other. Thank you for watching this.